Lou, we're on our way.
Strangest rules in the NHL. Every single Islanders player is always clean-shaven and has short hair.
We've arrived at Ilya Sorokin's house. Ilya, isn't it boring living alone? Everything is disciplined and strict and precise. Avi just hands out sticks, no problem.
Yeah, but I gave him a helmet in return, though.
Oh, no messing around, literally. Like, no one's even laughing. It looks like everything's like soldiers, you know, like in the army.
The army. Yeah, it's like an army camp. Kaprizov whacked me across the teeth with his stick and broke my jaw.
Lots of physical contact, and there's always pre-game nerves. Do you still feel that thing?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Before this episode, Lou Lamorello gave me one condition that I absolutely had to meet for this episode to happen. But to do that, we need to move to a slightly different location. Well, looks like I'm ready now. Lou, we're on our way.
Hello everyone, my name is Nikolai from the studio and I'm here to share some interesting facts about the New York Islanders. Let's start with Lou Lamorello, and probably one of the strangest rules in the NHL. You surely noticed that every single Islanders player is always clean-shaven and has short hair. Yes, you're not imagining it. The thing is, the team's general manager, Lou Lamorello, doesn't allow players to have long hair or facial hair during the regular season. Even the team's newly appointed head coach, Patrick Roy, appeared in his first game on the bench without any stubble, although he always used to sport a beard. Hockey is a team sport. Lou has the right to set and enforce the rules that he sees fit for the whole team. Lamorello's goal is uniformity. Not one player should be allowed to undermine the team by putting themselves above it. But where does this come from? There are a lot of myths surrounding this story. Some people think that Lou brought this rule to the team from the military or through his ties to the CIA. In reality, no. There's absolutely no evidence that Lamorello ever served in the military or worked as a federal agent, though there are some online claims that Lou's father had in fact a military career. Most likely, these are just his rules to instill discipline within the team. Our personal hypothesis is that Lou enforces this clean-cut look because Lou Lamorello is now well into his 80s. When Lamorello was in his prime, men of that time looked a bit different. Back then, short haircuts were in fashion. Lou brought this tradition to the Islanders and it applies to all players. It extends to the coaching staff and the personnel. There's no exceptions. The team won its 4 Stanley Cup trophies at the Nassau Coliseum. For many years, it served as a kind of symbol of success. But by 2015, Nassau Coliseum needed major updates and renovations, so the team temporarily moved to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, which could hold around 16,000 spectators. After that, the real arena hopping began, and so in 2018, the renovation of that legendary arena was completed. But the 2018-2019 season was still played in Brooklyn. From 2019 to 2021, the Islanders returned to the Coliseum, but they weren't able to win the Stanley Cup in the new era there. It wasn't until 2021 that they finally got a new home, the UBS Arena.
So guys, we've arrived at Ilya Sorokin's house. Let's take a look, do a little room tour. There are the cars, Alexander's M8, Ilya's X7, fancy cars by the way. So let's go visit. No, they're not expecting us. Oh wait, they are. Hey there,
everyone.
Welcome to Sorokin House,
Yep.
right? Hey, little fella. Hi there. Is that
This is Bonnie.
Does she know any commands?
Yeah, Bonnie, come on.
Come on, let's see. Show us.
A flip. Well, she's just shy for now. Bonnie, sit. Sit. Give me your paw. Almost. Good girl. Now do a flip. All right, well, we're still working on it. Here's my pride, my plants. Well, these are the only things I take care of. I mean, they've died a couple of times, but thank God they're tough.
Well, most of the guys, they have they have their significant others. They live with their girlfriends.
Oh,
but
sure,
you?
I understand. You saw the stove. Yeah, well, since it's clean, you're wondering if anything gets cooked here.
Yeah, it's just perfect. I'm looking at it and thinking.
Well, I knew that you'd come. I cleaned it a couple days ago, and actually, sometimes it gets used, yeah. What do I make? Just simple dishes,
Buckwheat?
Yeah, Russian food.
give me your top 3 dishes you know how to make.
Top 3, well,
Dumplings and
fried
sandwiches.
eggs. Dumplings? Yeah.
Nah, seriously, come on, just something real, something that you cook.
Cereal.
Cereal with milk and honey, yeah, for sure. Alex, you can just sit quietly,
come
please.
on, what's
I'm the
wrong
one
with
being
that?
interviewed, not you.
Ilya, isn't it boring living alone?
Well, I've got enough going on. Well, look,
Oh.
there's one running around.
You've got a big kid now, too,
Yeah,
huh?
he ate something. Oh, here's the second one.
A
Yeah.
big kid appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Man, your fridge is huge.
Well, yeah, it was left by the previous owners, so. Well,
Oh, my.
there's nothing much to show in there, but I'll show you the freezer at least. Basically, there's dumplings, ice cream, that's been here for a year. Everything's been here for about a year.
So, do dumplings in New York taste different from the ones in Russia?
Well, these are Ural dumplings, Ural style,
Oh.
from the Russian store. Siberian ones.
Is this your office space?
Oh, yeah. So here's some sticks that I've got. You can show them all.
Wow. So, whose are these?
Who's here? Alex Ovechkin is Daniel Chowda. He had a game where he became the defenseman with the most games played in the league, and he gave sticks to the whole team.
Do you choose players in some special
No,
way?
just whoever I managed to get one from. Whoever gives one.
So, Ovi just hands out sticks, no problem.
Yeah, but I gave him a helmet in return, though.
Oh.
This one's from Kane. This one's Igor Shesterkin's, the one he played with. He gave it to me.
Ooh.
And see, all of them have signatures. Who else is here? Zach Parise, Sidney Crosby.
Wow, even Crosby.
The All-Star game. Gladly gave one.
Listen, who's your favorite skater?
My favorite skater.
Who's the one you like the most?
A forward or defenseman?
Let's go with a forward, an attacker.
An attacker. Well, Romanov, by all means. He always attacks everyone.
Not on the
Attack
ice.
Snickers?
Yeah, he's eating all the candy I have. Can't keep an eye on him.
No, seriously, which skater do you like the most?
Out of the skaters,
Yeah, but be honest, please.
well, McDavid. I'm not going to be original. McDavid, Ovechkin, Kucherov. Oh, by the way, I also have sticks from Vasilevsky and Shesterkin.
Is that jersey from the last year's All-Star game?
Yeah, from last year.
And of course, the piano, Ilya.
Yeah.
No, seriously, can you actually play something?
Well, I could, but it doesn't work.
Seriously?
Well, not really, but no, I can't. I forgot how. It's been a long time since I last played.
Oh, come on, just play a little warm-up. Do something, please.
How about some Tchaikovsky?
There's one with Igor here.
Yeah, with Igor. They're just some pictures for decoration.
So is this where you do business then?
Yeah, this is where business happens.
So you just sit here like this, right?
I sit down and
Command the dog.
yeah, I command the dog. But I've got some pucks from games here, stored in a case right there.
So these are memorable shutouts and victories, probably.
Well, yeah, something like that. My first point, a few shutouts, 100 games. That's it. You know, the usual.
So we've arrived at the practice arena. The guys have practiced today and they're gradually preparing for the stadium series. And yesterday I made plans with Alex. I asked him, Alex, what time are we meeting here? And he says, well, I'll wake up around 8:30. I texted him this morning and the guys are ready at the arena by 9. Practice starts at 11:30. That's professionalism right there. Alex is awesome, of course. And now we're gonna check out the team's practice. We'll try to sneak into the locker room. Hopefully we'll succeed. This is what the complex looks like. Honestly, this arena really reminds me of a typical arena in Canada. You know, with those generic halls and bricks and locker rooms. The team's already on the ice. There they are, beasts ready for the game. Ilya's passing drills. Oops, that didn't go too well. The team's actions are really precise. I mean, everything's so strict, and the coach yells, everyone get in position. The coach shouts, they skate over, the coach shouts again, they sprint, speeding up. Everything is disciplined and strict and precise, with no messing around, literally. Like, no one's even laughing. So the puck is dropped to Alex. He's being pressured one-on-one. Alex gets out from under pressure. The defender starts facing away, transitions to facing forward, and needs to break free from the pressure. That guy couldn't break free. They took the puck from him, and now it's turning into a one-on-one situation. Yeah, it looks like the guys have a tough practice today. Well, right now they're doing more drills for the defensemen so they can learn to get out from under pressure and shake off the forward. And actually, most of them are managing to do it successfully, really. It looks like the guys are really battling it out. But you know what? The coaches are actively giving instructions too. I'd even say pretty tough ones. No one's wasting time on any explanations. Everything seems so precisely worked out. I'm not sure when Roy had time to implement this system, but I mean, in any case, the team looks really sharp. And from my perspective, it looks impressive. It looks professional, you could say that. You can immediately tell it's not just some ragtag group practicing here, but real pros. You can see for yourself. They all have these blue suits, small orange stripes, and logos. It all looks pretty sharp. Same goes for the practice jerseys, by the way, and socks and everything else. The staff has great uniforms too, by the way. The club staff is also fully uniformed and they look all sharp, and indeed, everyone is clean-shaven. I noticed that all men are clean-shaven. I haven't seen a single one with a facial hair, not even coaches. Looks like the rule applies to everyone. Here, see how they go? The coach gave a shout and everyone quickly rushed in. So yeah, everything is precise, strict, and well-regulated. Looks like they're sharpening skates, getting the gear ready. Hey there.
How's it going?
All good. There he is, the legend. Everything has become so strict, so sharp, right? It looks like everything's like soldiers, like in the army.
The army. Yeah, it's like an army camp. That's what it's called. Yeah.
How do you feel when you see the stats and Sorokin's already faced nearly 1,300 shots, the most in the league? I mean, he doesn't seem to complain to the defense like, guys, come on. Sure, your blocks are great and Dobson's doing fine with blocks too, but still, it feels like Sorokin's getting shot at almost every game. What do you think about that?
Look, I think that if he were leading the NHL in wins, then we could definitely discuss this with you. But since we're not winning that often and we can't get any wins together really, and we're far from the top positions in the league right now, everybody needs to step up. The defensemen, the forwards, and Sorokin as well. As for the shots, well, they're shooting and shooting. They shoot on everyone. Again, we need to become that team in the league that's the toughest to play against, the most annoying team, the one where opponents think, no. We have to play the Islanders. Man, I'd rather say I've got a groin injury and sit out than face them, because they'll come out on the ice, crush everyone. The goalie will catch everything. The forwards will bury you. If they can't score technically, they'll just drag you into the net with their legs.
You've changed a bit visually on the ice. Are you still working with a hockey coach? Because I know you've been working with one.
Yeah, I'm still working with a hockey coach. I worked all summer while I was injured, and then I got back after the injury.
I've heard about this hockey coach. I mean, they're legit, and I've been told they were top players back in the day.
Legend.
The legends, yeah. And I don't remember his name, but I've heard about him too.
Adam Oates.
Yeah, and I've heard that working with him costs an insane amount of money per year, something astronomical.
Well, it depends on who you ask, I'd say. For some people, it's an astronomical amount, but for others, it's purely an investment.
Well, I mean, no doubt, it's an amazing investment.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know the price?
I do.
Over 10 grand?
Yeah.
No. In a year?
Yeah.
More than 50 grand?
No.
Somewhere around 30?
A little less.
Got it. Okay, fine.
It includes him working with you and meeting with you, calling you, sending you videos, and then he comes out a couple of times a year and trains with you.
No, all the time.
So it's not just physical work, it's more like mental work through analysis.
It's a video coach. I have a video coach and he constantly sends me breakdowns of my plays, analysis of how I handle the puck. He focuses on puck play, so to speak, or sometimes positioning, what to do. I'm not Barzal or McDavid, who have always been and always will be in top form. They've always been in top form. They've always been the best. I mean, I don't know if they worked 100 times harder than me, but I don't believe that because I've worked hard too.
Yeah.
So I don't really get it. Show me the secret to their success and I'll do it every day. But I don't believe in some secret like eating raw liver every day or something. I'm definitely not gonna do that.
And who does that?
Chicorini Sid.
Oh,
Yeah, you know,
I saw
yeah,
that.
nah,
Yeah. I mean, no, I agree with you. I think everyone has their own path and their own secrets to success. For instance, you've got superstars like McDavid, who's incredibly talented. But there are also other examples like McKinnon, who just worked his way to success through pure effort.
But you can never work your way in terms of so-called game IQ. If you don't have it, like me, it's tough. If you've not got it here, it's gonna be tough. I run faster than everyone. I hit harder than everyone. I have a pretty strong shot. But that game sense, when it's not innate, and you try and pick it up and gain it by watching videos, analyzing your games, yeah, it can come this way, but again, it's a totally different thing when it's in your blood, damn it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
already know, for example, if you want to pass here, you can just sense the player's already moving there and you pass it right to them.
So even without some physical attributes, you can sometimes play purely with your mind, right?
Yeah, of course.
So video analysis is very important.
Well, I think it's one of the most important things in hockey. You can be overweight, you can be scrawny, whatever you like. But if you don't have that game sense, you are never gonna play at a high level.
It looks like they're going to do shuffle runs now. Let's watch it. Okay. Alex is running first. I mean, look at him. No one can stop this machine. He outpaced everyone. I think Alex is just in incredible shape this year. Let's see, they're running again. There's a guy keeping up with him, but he's much taller. His stride is longer, so that's probably the only reason he's second. But Alex still beat everyone again. First place again. And look at the gap between him and the last guy. He's like half a field ahead of the others, maybe even more. Look where Alex is and where the other guy is, for example.
Yesterday, he's brushing his teeth, standing there, really putting effort into it. I ask, "What's up?" He says, "My tooth hurts." I tell him, "Damn, it's too late to brush your tooth if it hurts,
Well,
man."
didn't you see it? It's got fluoride. Fluoride helps with pain relief. This is turning into an educational lecture now.
Anyways, the next game is the day after tomorrow. Kaprizov whacked me across the teeth with his stick and broke my jaw. Knocked all these teeth out.
Kaprizov broke your jaw?
Yeah, puck hit me, and in the next game, they hit me again in the same spot, the same teeth.
I feel like the guys are just working really hard, really grinding it. Someone's skating with the puck, then Alex pins him down, takes the puck, and then he goes. He hits the post right near Ilya, and for some reason it feels like today they're doing cardio drills, probably after yesterday's game. Maybe not everyone's happy with the result, plus there are a lot of days off, so it seems like they're making the guys run, lots of physical contact and stops and battles and pressure, and a lot of constant work on various elements. So yeah, there you have it. Alex, when was the last time you read a book?
I'm reading one right now.
What are you reading now?
Well, you can't lie about it. Look, it's right there.
Yeah.
Well, okay, fine. Currently, I'm reading A Good Marriage by Stephen King, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I hit the ice, it's like reading a book.
Okay, seriously though, I know you're a book lover. You've got some on your shelf. Let's hear one that really left an impression on
From
you.
these ones.
Yeah, or maybe one that was the most useful. Give me one that stuck with you and the other one that's practical proof to be useful.
Well, The Seawolf, this one by Jack London.
Okay.
I like that one, especially if you listen to it with the sound of the sea in the background. It's totally immersive. London, of course, describes everything in great detail. And for practical, well, I've got a book here for goalies. I haven't read all of it, just a chapter by our coach, Mitch Korn. It was interesting to read that part. I translated a bit of it.
By the way, I heard that your coach at the Islanders is said to be exceptional.
Yeah, he's the assistant coach, Mitch Korn. He actually has a chapter in the book here.
Is it specifically about hockey goalies?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. May I take a look?
It might be useful for the guys. So now here's a little outlet for me.
All right.
This album here. Igor Shesterkin gave it to me for either my birthday or New Year's. I don't remember. We could even play it now. Hold on a second.
Play your favorite one.
Well, it's Aerosmith. I like this one.
You know what? I gave him a limited edition Monopoly set, and he put it behind the chessboard.
Well, because the mind always wins.
You know, he doesn't play chess or Monopoly.
Yeah, that's good. This is a hockey classic.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. And you can adjust the speed. You know, it's just for fun. We'll speed it up, slow it down. See, even the dog is enjoying the music.
Oh.
And here you can play against the computer.
Oh, no way.
You can set the difficulty level. There are 3 levels. You make a move, and well, now it's loading.
So, do you beat the computer?
Well, out of 10 games, maybe 5. But come on, who am I kidding?
What level do you play on?
I'm beginner level.
Oh, beginner, right?
Yeah, well, it's tough for a beginner. But for example, I make a move, and now it's his turn. And, he's made a move, and well, you know, that's how you play. But now there are chess sets that move the pieces on their own. You know, like Harry Potter. You make a move, and then they move by themselves. But with this set, you got to do it manually, whereas the other one moves with magnets.
So, you have so many hobbies. Do you play chess too?
Yeah, but I've kind of neglected them all.
Wait, we just said it's been a
And
year.
there's also drawing. I'm learning how to draw.
Seriously?
We're into all sorts of things. We even solve crossword puzzles with Alexander.
Definitely better than just staring at the TV.
Oh, yeah, I agree. But for now, the TV is still winning.
Crosswords?
Well,
Well, every time we fly after a game, we always grab a crossword and try to solve it. Either we do it timed or we'll see who can solve the most in a certain time.
Why do you guys do it? What's the benefit?
Well,
What
I
does it
think
develop?
it's just to pass the time.
Just
you
that?
know. So, yeah.
You could say that you've started playing smarter now, right?
yeah, right. Smarter, yeah. I do think I started playing way smarter than before. Like, I'm not just charging in recklessly anymore.
And your discipline has improved with fewer penalty minutes. You're the top Russian player in terms of plus-minus right now, you know that? You were at plus 15 as of yesterday, at least?
Well, it stayed the same because I played a plus minus 0
as
today.
of yesterday. Yeah, so you're the top among Russians. That's cool.
Not bad, yeah. But the goal, first and foremost, is to be on the first line.
But there's another side to your game that's come out this year, your offense. What's changed in your offensive play?
Well, honestly, that's all just nonsense about my offense changing. I've had, give or take, about the same number of chances as last year. I just didn't manage to score back then. I remember a moment against Chicago. Shot from, give or take, the same position and didn't score. This time, there was a chance from the same position, shot against Ullmark, and I scored. You know, I worked on my shot over the summer. That's all I did.
I was watching that goal moment during your practice. Where did this come from? Shots like these. I mean, this is incredible.
Oh, I just broke his stick. There's lucky timing.
Isn't it just awesome to see something like that?
For Barzell, he surveys, drops for Romanov, speeding in.
Oh, yeah, that was really nice.
Did it crack?
Well, you know, as they say, even Alex scores once a year.
Well, when I do score.
You've improved your technique, right? Your hands seem softer now, just looking at you.
I don't know. I don't really feel it, to be honest, because I...
You just keep working on and on without even noticing whether you're improving or not, right? You just keep grinding.
Yeah, I've got a goal, and I'm working towards it. How long it'll take me and how I'll get there eventually, I keep figuring out every day.
Okay, looks like we have an injury. So, an unlucky player, let's just say, went in for pressure unsuccessfully and accidentally hit someone in the head. Possibly even broke their nose. I'm not sure. So, be careful with your teammates during practice. There's no need for things like that to happen. But that was a great save by Ilya just now. I would call this practice something we used to call in childhood, like a battle drill. Because everything is kind of a battle, a struggle for dominance. One shot and then they rush. The defenseman has to break out, and the first drills are about getting out from under pressure. A sauna?
A sauna, yeah.
How did you decide to set it up here on your property? What's the backstory of it?
The backstory, well, I just wanted to have a place to steam after games. So how many times do you think I've used it? 0. That's right.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, overall, it looks good. It's spacious, and it smells nice.
Ooh, it smells really nice.
Yeah, there's some kind of book left over.
Do you actually read in the sauna?
Michael Sholikov, Tales from the Dawn.
You sit down and read a book, right?
Oh, yeah.
What recovery methods do you use after games?
After games, well, massage, stretching.
Do you get the massage done at the stadium?
Yeah, at the stadium, yeah. And the sauna, well, I'll use that if there's a break. I mean, if I do it the day before a game, I'll feel sluggish.
Too relaxed, right?
Yeah, well, that's right. And well, after the games, Alex and I always hit the sauna at the stadium. There's a hammam and a Finnish sauna, and so after a game, we'll sweat it out for a good 10 minutes or so.
And who set this up?
This? Well, it was a day off, and it snowed, and it was the first time I saw snow at this house, and so it brought out some...
Childhood moods.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of steak? What kind of meat do you eat? Filet mignon?
Mignon, yeah, filet mignon.
I wanted to ask you this. So, look, no matter what level a person is at, how many games they've played, it probably, fades over time. I mean, I'm sure it does, but there's always pre-game nerves. Do you still feel that thing?
Oh, yeah, of course. There's more to it, though. When you don't feel it, it's like you don't have that killer instinct, as they call it. I mean, you go out there feeling too relaxed, but in reality, you're sluggish, you're lacking energy. But that adrenaline gives you energy if you use it right, if it doesn't cloud your mind. When you sense danger, your body mobilizes itself. And then it's the same before a game. When you feel that nervousness, it's a good thing. Alex, what's the trash can for? I don't get it. You just eat and feel right at home then?
You gotta teach him well.
What are you doing?
What kind of player do you consider yourself to be? For example, there are those who are naturally gifted. They've always got the mindset, the speed, they're just talented. And then there are the guys who are grinders, the one who just push through everything with grit and hard work. Which category do you see yourself in?
Honestly, I don't really believe in talent that much. I believe more in predisposition to certain activities. So take Phelps, for example. If you look at him, his body structure is perfect for swimming. But then again, would he be where he is now with just talent and predisposition alone, without the massive amount of hard work? Because 90% of it is hard work.
Now that Roy has come in, he's a legend, really. He's famous even in Russia, one of those goalies known worldwide. And tell me, have you felt any changes since he took over?
Oh, over the 10 years I've played, I've had so many practices. In fact, you learn to adapt to everything, and the faster you adjust to the system, the better it is. And what I liked before, and I still like now, it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, there have been more meetings added, more off-ice discussions.
So here's my take on it. If you look at NHL clubs and the way they usually train, it's often the case that if the team didn't execute a certain element well in the previous game, they'll come out the next day and work on it. So essentially right now they've got 5 days or 4 days off, but instead of getting 4 days off today, right after the game, they were given a practice, and it's quite a tough one with a lot of battles. And so it seems like the coach wasn't very happy with how they handled the battles yesterday, and today he decided to drill that element further to show them how they should really be fighting. One guy's already gone to the locker room after too many battles. It's interesting. It's interesting. And here we go again. Whistle blows, everyone rushes in, speeding up quickly. They're doing a combination drill here. It starts as a 2-on-1 attack, then some players drop off and the others come back. And the attack continues. So it's like a combo, a 2-on-1 with a chaser, you could call it like that. Give me 2 or 3 differences you've noticed since Roy joined the team.
Well, everything's become more strict, more systematic, and more disciplined. It's not like you're afraid of him, like, oh, I messed up, now I'm in trouble, and I'll just walk around like a lost cause. No, in fact, he's here to help you get better, to help the team win through. Well, I'd say his experience of winning 4 Stanley Cups and all the trophies that are possible to win in the league.
Can we say that Roy is tough? Not in a bad sense, nothing like that, but just tough, you know.
As a coach, yeah. As a person, he's very decent, a really good guy. I think he's great. But yeah, as a coach, he is tough.
He speaks pretty highly of you, but...
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, he said that you're good at working on yourself, so to speak. Like absorbing information and progressing, but that you still have things to learn. Like overall though, he thinks you're a great guy. Was there a time when he really pushed you hard at the beginning?
No, not really. He was tough on everyone actually, because a completely new system was introduced for all zones, for offense, for defense, neutral zone, all of them, power play, in penalty kill, everything. We're doing now is the complete opposite of what we were doing before he came.
Does this new system feel closer to your style, or was the previous one more comfortable?
There's no choice. We have no choice. We have to play under any coach, whoever they put in charge. We're just working drones, so to speak. Whatever they tell us to do, we do it.
Well, speaking from my own experience, if I keep thinking about hockey 24/7 for weeks on end, well, in a couple of months I'll get sick of it, and my performance won't improve from that. It's all about balance or harmony between home and work and hobbies. I mean, when you're training, your mind should only be focused on training. Once you leave the arena, you need to rest.
Okay, so if a hockey player not only plays well, but also develops their mind in various ways, so does it help them achieve their goals in sports and in life and so on?
Well, of course, even if we're not talking about hockey, just regular, most basic human interaction, who's more enjoyable to talk to? Someone who only has PlayStation on their mind?
Oh, come on.
Or someone who's, traveled a lot and seen different cultures, or knows Dostoevsky, for example.
Personally.
Yeah, personally, yeah. Personal acquaintance, yeah. But at least he's fun.
So friends, here we are inside the Islanders merch store. I'll turn the camera around for a second, but first I want to say that even here, you can see the level of detail. There's this big globe here. This, I'm not sure. It could represent Alexander Romanov and Ilya Sorokin. And over here, you've got these little trophies, like the ones we used to get as kids for being the best player or top scorer. Remember those? Well, of course you do. And so here's the selection. Check out this velvet jacket lined with fur. There's a jacket here, some old school skates. Check it out. Delivered from the past. Another installation over here. Let's keep going. There's the Stanley Cup with a lock on the display. It feels like home, you know. There's a comfy chair, a dresser here. The point is, everything here is inspired by some kind of classic style. It's all very traditional. And it's interesting how that fits with the hockey merch and the arena. It's just fascinating, incredible, really. I mean, see for yourself. Where else have you seen something like this? Here's another dresser and even the hat. Okay. Check out this jacket from the collaboration with CCM. Very cool. And it's not just goalies out here taking a breather. They're putting in some serious work, too. Ilya seems to be totally wiped out, okay? He must have faced about 1,300 shots yesterday, and then he still has to grind it out and practice. This is the kind of work goalies put in. They skate with their legs, powering through everything. Hey, are you still dealing with that bump? I see you even changed your skates, right?
No, I didn't change my skates.
Why is that?
That's just a shot.
Oh, so-
Those are the same skates. I just customized. I had a 3D scan done, and they made these special little things for me that I insert right underneath it. Look.
Can I take a look?
We made special things for it, and I also had this padding. Yeah, but I'm so tired of limping because I'm always...
Oh, you're really fed up.
I
huh?
always walk less than 100 steps, but just look at my foot.
Oh!
Yeah, I got hit on the bump, and that's it. Disaster.
Wow. It's really...
There's blood inside, yeah.
Do you need to have it drained?
I don't know.
How do you put on your skate?
Easily. It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt?
That's
Oh.
a little blood bubble.
Man, that's intense. The insert's really precise.
Yeah, I'm not suffering anymore. It doesn't hurt me now.
Oh.
I just did everything to make sure it doesn't hurt. Otherwise, if there was pressure on it, it would have been bad.
Well, yeah, I remember. You're still skating with those pads and everything, right?
Yeah, I had surgery this summer, so I couldn't get another operation on my foot because
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'll probably do that next summer. It's a minor procedure, but after shoulder surgery, I couldn't be on crutches. Yeah, my hands bleed a lot because I tighten my laces too much. See, I always have blisters here.
Seriously? And you do that with gloves on?
Yeah, and I also wrap my fingers with this tape.
But don't you only need to tie your laces once a day?
I've got some kind of skin that's either
Soft?
Either soft or on the contrary, fragile. I don't know. Something's wrong with it. But my fingers are usually covered in blood when I tie my laces.
Alex, can I take a look at your stick? I'm curious to see what you've changed.
I didn't really change much. I just said...
Why
So
did you
it-
decide to
yeah.
change it at all? Let's start with the wire switch.
I constantly had an issue with the blade.
What?
In ACC, I always had a soft blade.
Like how?
It always felt like it was bending or breaking.
How did that affect things? When you received the puck?
Yeah, I couldn't feel the puck on the blade at all. It just felt off. I get the puck like that, and it felt like there was nothing on the blade. Absolutely nothing. As if there's nothing there. Or I take it and the puck would, flip over. Or I'd receive it and I'd need to shoot right away, but as I'd receive it, it'd feel like there was no puck, or it had already slipped off. That really annoyed me. They'd send them and one stick would be absolutely perfect. And then I'd pick another one, the second, and it would feel like it was mush instead of a blade. So,
What were you playing with exactly?
CCM, honestly, I'm not sure.
Jet speed, tax, or...
Jet speed.
Have you tried adjusting, it depends on the flex point or something, right?
Nah, it's nonsense.
Okay.
I picked it up and I didn't depend on any flex point. I didn't even know what kind of stick it was, to be honest. I think it's a Nexus, but honestly, I don't really know anything about my gear. I don't know what I have.
Was this your decision, or did your hockey coach help with it?
No, not really, no. No, there wasn't one. He only helped me with one thing, suggested which blade to use. But even then, I didn't end up using the one he suggested.
How did he suggest it? Based on what?
Based on the fact that Kucherov plays with this blade. All the top players use the same kind of blade.
The 28, right? That one.
I don't know, it's Kucherev's blade.
So basically,
A
it's...
lot of players play with it. I think Marker plays with it, Carlson, Panarin, and Matthews, though I'm not sure.
No, Matthews definitely doesn't play with
Well, I don't know. Nonetheless, a lot of the top players use the same blade.
it. But what do they say about it? What's its advantage?
Yeah, it's something about how you can pass from the backhand or forehand. It's good for stick handing with this curve and whatnot. I have the same angle and whatnot. Basically, I have the same angle, but mine is just wider here.
Uh-huh.
Look, theirs is narrower. It curves more here, like that, and then turns in this shape. Mine is just wide all the way across, along the whole thing.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, along the whole thing.
Okay, can I check the curve?
Yeah, so the curve,
Well, it's like a standard one, maybe P19.
this is a P90.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what it is. That's the curve. Just look. But it's just wide all the way through and very handy for grabbing necks.
Look at the variety of stuff here. There's everything. Hoodies and parkas and long sleeves and jackets and denim jackets. This one's all shiny. I don't know if the camera catches it, but this jersey really sparkles. Okay, anyway, Alex's jersey costs $255. And look, they even have bags. This bag looks like something from Michael Kors, or maybe even a bit like Louis Vuitton. Check out how the letters are styled. This is more than just a decent merch store. This is, by far the most stylish and elegant merch store I've been in. I mean, you probably cannot even see the end of it. It's all Islanders merchandise. Even the line dividers are made of hockey sticks. Check it out. Look. This is made from pucks. And here's the old equipment. I assume you can buy gear here too, like gloves and helmets and everything else. There's even a goalie glove. So what's your weight now?
When I came to camp, I was around 20-something pounds, and now I'm 206 pounds. So basically, I've lost about 8 or 9 kilograms since the summer, I guess.
How much is that in kilograms now?
Around about 93 kilograms now.
And your height?
About 185. When I arrived, I weighed 101 kilograms. Even weighed myself here, but now it's 93. Once the game started, the weight just dropped off. Plus, I was rehabbing from the shoulder injury.
Yeah.
Took a while. And then the games and intense work began, so the weight just went away. Even though I spent the whole summer on a diet with a nutritionist, I didn't lose any weight at all. I was eating with a nutritionist for 2 months and my weight didn't drop at all.
Where did you find the nutritionist?
The team found one.
Oh, okay.
They delivered food to me in containers for the whole week, all planned.
What did you eat?
Some weird stuff. Quinoa, chicken, asparagus.
Plus, you don't have to knock people out. You can stay fit without being heavy.
Well, actually, you don't need to be heavy to knock someone out. You just need to hit first. Like, seriously, my grandpa always told me, anyone will go down if you put your body in first. If you see that the player is huge, just take the first step towards him. That's all. Doesn't matter how big he is. Even Sorokin could knock someone out. Really, I'm telling you, it's a fact, and I've tested it myself. Anyone can go down.
Oh.
Anybody, anyone on earth.
So, this is the locker room for the guys. This is practice locker room, right?
Yeah, the one at the arena is something
the
else.
The area is absolutely astonishing.
You haven't even seen the locker room here.
Is it top notch?
Yeah, it's 2 stories. I've never seen anything like it. When I first walked in, I thought the one in Montreal was the best. Like, it's legendary, so cool, with rich history. But I walked in. It was just unbelievable. You see this in our locker room? You see we have the "Together We Are a Strength" sign. Here it's just written, but over here...
Is it engraved?
It's on a screen, huge screens. Everything's just spinning around on the huge screens, and there are massive TVs everywhere. It's a whole, just a different level.
Don't forget to support our content, hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel, because all of these actions help with YouTube's algorithms. It boosts our channel and helps our team create more interesting, exclusive, and useful content for you. Take care of yourself, stay kind no matter what happens, and play hockey, because hockey is the greatest game on earth. This was Team Cherkas Atlan. I'm Mikhail Cherkasov. See you next time on our YouTube channel. Bye, everyone.